Morning. Hope everyone is doing good. So we are looking at NQ and ES just like usual. I play on the micro contract, so MNQ and MES. Let's start with our daily analysis. Currently, we are trading inside this volume imbalance on ES, and we have surpassed the volume imbalance on NQ and currently trading above that. I will like to annotate this on these charts as well. So we're doing it for make it a little different. Daily volume balance low. We have got ISM at 10 o'clock. Got this. We got the low here. All the other annotations for the day has been done already. So, yep. Let's go back to 1 minute here. We have got yesterday's opening range gap, which wasn't really filled yesterday or traded inside of it. Annotating midnight open range on both. Okay. All right, looks good. We are 14 minutes away from market open. So just going to stay patient and see what we get today. We are currently trading lower from the regular trading hour closing price on ES, and NQ is at premium as compared to that. Yesterday, my copier played up, and I ended up blowing my FundedNext evaluations. So I've rebought them, and we will be trying to pass them today. It's the 50k of them, like 50k, 6 of them, and 5 take profit, 25k evaluations. So did not take London's high on ES while took it on NQ. So it is bouncing off the new day opening gap low here. No, not the new day opening gap low. Actually, the volume imbalance on the daily charts low, and the daily charts volume imbalance high is there. On NQ, we have got this here, was retested around the end of the London session today. So yeah. We are 10 minutes away from market open after this candle closes. Taking a short here. And the science behind it is because ES is already trading below the regular trading hour closing price. We are 10 minutes away from the market open. I expect NQ to catch up because of this daily volume imbalance as well. I want this fair value gap to be inverted bearishly. So yeah, that is how I'm looking at it right now. Currently trading at today's new day opening gaps. 8 minutes away from market open. Yes, can we test this to use it as bearish inversion now? Previously used the upper quadrant of the midnight open range on NQ. Here we tested the consequent encroachment again. Currently using this wick. Use the consequent encroachment, should drop now. Consequent encroachment. right, looks good. Looks good. Retesting on ES. This fair value gap. This has been bearishly inverted as well. Use the consequent encroachment of this wick on both, and seems to be dropping on NQ to fill in this gap before the market opens. We are 5 minutes away from market open. Fills in this CB quickly. Should continue lower. I'm going break even here. Took this low. Using the consequent encroachment of the midnight open range. We are 4 minutes away from the market open after this candle closes. Yes, retest this. We've got 10 o'clock ISM news driver today. ES is trying to make lower lows while NQ is trying to trade to its consequent encroachment here. Trades to the consequent encroachment, also to the new day opening gap low, and reacts bearishly. We are just 2 minutes away from market open. One and a half minute away from market open. going to close it here. All good. Happy with this to start my day with. Next minute will be market open. I'm going to clear my charts a little. So it's inside this, so it was good to take my trade off. Trading inside this CB. We've got it on ES as well. So market opens. We've got this little opening range gap for today. 334.75. The opening range gap on ES. We hardly got any. Yeah, it's just this 364. It can drop into yesterday's opening range gap. That can be highly expected. This is 15-minute. It has filled all the opening range gap it had on Friday. So now I'm expecting it to trade inside this. Let's see if they really want to invert this 15-minute busy bearishly. Let's see. Trying to wait for the first presented fair value gap. Took the London low on both. One more thing that needs to be done is grading the opening range from yesterday, because its high can be taken. I'll say regular and I'll go to yesterday's opening range. Not the opening range gap, but the opening range. Alright, let's do it on IQ as well. So here we go. Straight drop. Got this fair value gap. Thank you. This is not the first presented fair value gap. Alright. I want to see it reject inside this opening range around consequent encroachment. Just retested the low of the midnight open range. We've got 10 o'clock news impact, high impact news rather. ISM services. I'm going short here. Taking this as my stop. Risking $250. ES is finding strength. Almost retested the opening range low again. NQ is acting weak around that daily volume imbalance, while ES daily volume imbalance high is there. So if it tries to retest that, I think it will stop us out here. It will be taking all these equal highs before running any lower. So I'm just going to stick here. The consequent encroachment of the opening range gap and also the midnight open price has not been traded into as well. We haven't got any fair value gap on any of the indexes, so just going to stick patient here. Doesn't look good. This is today's new day opening gap, which was tested here. Looks like we are going to be stopped out here. Yes, refers the midnight open price. Got stopped out there. We might be getting our first presented fair value gap. Let be using this as a bullish breaker. Let trade inside. On ES, it should trade inside. Let's see if it fills us. Yeah. Going long here. If it decides to trade inside the fair value gap, I'll be stopped out here. And then we'll look for another long entry. Right now, that was my entry. That was a nice of me. It was highly expected. And just dipped. Not nice execution there. Reacted bearishly off SCB. Going long here again. ES is about to trade to the volume imbalance high. Daily volume imbalance high. I'm going to give it some room now. We are 5 minutes away from macro. ITS trades higher, trying to trade into this inefficiency. Took this high and trying to retrace now. Right. The impulsive long here caused a little problem, but it's okay. At least we took a small loss rather than a big loss. if it stops me here. Taken loss. We are in macro and it seems to be trading inside into discount levels after trading in this inefficiency. We have got news in 9 minutes, so if I get stopped out here I'm going to stay offside, and if not, if we go sideways until then, I might close my position close to 10 a.m. because of the news driver, and then look for any good setup. Seems to be really quiet over chat. This looks good to add. I'm going to just book it here. If it allows me to. Listed by a few ticks. 382.75 was the high. So let's stick with that. Just teasing me. Yep, that's nice. Good recovery from the first two losses. And now going to chill until the news driver. So yeah, we are 6 minutes away. About to take overnight highs on NQ. Has taken yesterday's highs, day before yesterday's high on ES. And let's see on NQ as well. Yesterday high there. Just taken. Where is day before yesterday's high? Should be somewhere here, and that is also taken. So yep, we are trading inside this right now. I think I should annotate this wick on my 1 minute I'll do daily discount wick. Daily discount wick. You see, that is why I did not want to hold it until I am pretty sure NQ must be tanking as well after trading in, you see. So that was the lowest hanging fruit objective, and then we can chill before the news driver comes out. These are the first presented fair value gaps from today, so I'll be marking them accordingly. So I think yesterday's first presented fair value gaps are not marked properly. Yep, you see. So this is yesterday's. What volume imbalance? So was presented fair value gap Monday. Yes, got this. Mondays. Alright. So ES has inverted this, but as we are just 2 minutes away from the news driver, I'm going to stay offside. It is also referring the volume imbalance is low, daily volume imbalance low, just traded to the high of it. That would have been a very good trade on NQ trading within the range. It's 369, around 8 points. One and a half minute away from news driver. Thirty seconds away from news driver. So here's the news. See what it does. Okay, sweeps the low on ES. Oh my god, huge volume imbalance here on NQ. Looks like they are going to drop it lower aggressively. filling in this inefficiency. I wanted to fill this. Looks like it is going to continue just from here. Going to wait. He just needs to trade inside this. I'm going short here using this as my stop. Because I believe the consequent encroachment of this gap has been hit and it should not trade any higher. If it wants to break lower from there, it can come in and fill in this inefficiency, and that will be a stop out for us. But yes, does it look like trading inside this? So that is why I took this continuation, and yeah, let's see. Using the volume imbalance on daily. This is how the daily looks now. Let's check it on 4 hours. Alright, about to take this. Don't really like this reaction on NQ, to be honest. Looks like it wants to trade into the inefficiency now. Mm-hmm. 357, I'll be increasing. Not increasing my stop by $170. So if it stops me out here, going to enter again. Got this CB on ES, so might use this to run it lower, or maybe use this to invert it bullishly and then trade higher to this inefficiency. Can be a bullish SMT as well. ES took the lows, NQ never took the lows. ES got this volume imbalance. If ES breaks lower from this, that will be a good opportunity for us to add, I believe. If NQ follows, then I'll move my stop to this. Close beautifully around the opening range gap high here on the retracement. Alright, closes nicely. Let's see how it reacts when it trades again to this volume imbalance. I'm still bearish, expecting a drop here inside this at least. Will be 23,190 levels. Yep. Got yesterday's opening range open, not been traded into. Also the opening range gap from yesterday has not been traded into. We have got the news driver today. That is what it did. Gave the huge volume imbalance on NQ, which it can trade into and stop us out, but I'm still going to stick with it because it just hit the consequent encroachment of it and then started to follow ES, but stopped before it took the morning range though. ES is back in this volume imbalance and seems like using it as bullish inversion. NQ trading inside this small CB, which is also inside the first presented fair value gap from Tuesday. Looks like it is going for our stops now. Just going to stay patient and might look for another short here. Don't want to increase my risk here. It's okay to be stopped out with a small loss and don't be emotional about it. Let's see how ES reacts inside this inefficiency. I just went impulsive. Also did this earlier in the session, so really need to fix this. This stop could have been my entry for this trade. It's okay. It inverts that. Yes, it's trading again inside this. Let's see if it holds it bullishly. Looks like it is. That is nice reaction on NQ. I want to use to follow it and trade and close below this volume imbalance. The macro just finished. So this is what all the macro did. Tempted to add more here, to be honest. It's going to stick with this size. Let's see. So reacted bearishly from the new day opening gap, high and low from today. Previously used the daily discount wick low, has already used the consequent encroachment of the daily discount wick. So expecting it to drop in speed now before 10:30, and after 10:30 it can create equal highs, which it can run for, it may be in lunch hour. So yeah, let's see. This is how the 4 hour looks now. Pretty good. But I'm still a little, worried about this inefficiency, to be honest. ES has respected this breaker. It took these highs. So this first 9:30 candle can be used as a breaker, I believe. Now, I'm not really good at breakers. My go-to PD array is the fair value gap. Uses the low of the new day opening gap low from 1st of August, and also the volume imbalance. This gray line is the volume imbalance on the daily chart. On ES it has traded way below that after retesting the high and breaking lower. Looks like NQ is having difficulty to take the morning range sell side. I'm just going to stay patient here. I'm risking less than $250. So, and position well, just other than that inefficiency that it created after the news driver. Might retest zero, tries to trade inside the CB. It has just created on both. Going to reduce my risk here a little. Only to the reasonable levels, because yeah, I'm not going to strangle my trade. ES trades inside that CB and reacts nicely. Pushes lower, makes lower low, NQ still in that range. And trade, tries to trade again. ES could not really trade inside this. NQ could not really trade inside this. So feels like it is going again for that. I would really like to study this look on ES right now. Alright, NQ trades inside the CB. Should be good to run lower if they want to run it lower. Or maybe this can be SMT divergence. It never really took the morning range sell side. Still going to stick with it. Can go for that inefficiency and stop me out. My bias is still same. It's bearish until the lunch hour macro. Or proven otherwise. And this is day before yesterday's though. Trades to the first quadrant and then reacts bearish. Takes the low. See how it reacts now. Looks nice. Right. See what we get here. Right, NQ makes lower low. Staying patient. I'm going to further reduce my risk here to this. So now risking $180. All right, first partial bull. Thank you very much. Let's see how the rest of the trade goes. Trading with speed after taking day before yesterday's low. Hey Rashik, how we doing? So yeah, like I took a loss here, went long, but took a loss here. Then I went in long again, taking this as my target, got filled there, and then I entered short after the news driver. So that is what we are currently trading in. I'm targeting yesterday's opening range high. If you see, this is yesterday's opening range high, and also yesterday's opening range gap is still open. It wasn't really traded into, and I think you might remember from yesterday. So that is what I'm looking at and targeting. So I am actually targeting the high of the opening range, not the opening range gap. It's a different, there is a very significant difference. So opening range is from here till here, 9:30 till 10. Opening range gap is the regular trading hour closing price gap that we get every day. So yes, boss, that is the update. 4 hour looks good. I'm expecting it to trade at least into this busy. Same on ES, into this busy, or maybe find some sort of support in this discount wick. Also, if I show you something on the daily discount wick, if you see this daily, so I have marked out this wick here and this wick here on NQ. Okay, like I have graded it. It was traded to the consequent encroachment beautifully here at 8:15. 8:10 macro did that, and after that it reversed violently, could not even take that high during the morning range. So yes sir, that is the update. Hope I was able to answer your question. Just let me know if not. I might try again. So ES is about to make to yesterday's opening range high. NQ still got some room to make there. Let's see. The reason I'm not moving my stop loss break even is the fact that we have got this SIBI. Okay. Although we have traded much lower and I've taken one partial, I will be moving it break even once the second partial is also booked. That is mainly my terminus, so I will make it 3 there and I'll make it 1 here. Let's see if market is good to us today or not. Thanks, man. How you doing? Sorry to leave early yesterday. I don't know why Mondays are not being my day for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So I think I'm going to cut down either on Monday's stream. I was feeling really heavy yesterday, and what ended up happening is my trade copiers kind of fucked up, and I ended up blowing my FundedNext evaluations, and it was around 10 of them. So that was a huge loss for me, and even the last Monday was pretty shit for me. So yeah, it was tough to be honest, but that is part of the process. You try, you keep trying, keep striving, and keep learning from your lessons, and try to do it much better the next day. So trades through the yesterday's opening range high on ES, and about to trade inside NQ as well. So, bro, it was actually my fault. What I did, that my payment was getting declined because the card I had on there wasn't really working. I had in mind to get it done before I start my session, but once I start, looking into my charts, I get too much lost, and I totally forgot about it. So what happened was when I closed the stream, I was trying to participate in the lunch hour macro. I did it with my like my leader was the funded account with my MFFU. But what ended up happening is that uh, the funded next accounts, they actually downgraded my plan. So I had 10 accounts there, five of them followed me, and what they did was couldn't really follow my contract amount. So if I was opening with 10 contracts, the funded next was opening with five. So when I saw it on my balance, it really, scared me. And it was something really new to me. So I kind of panicked. And yeah, that is what happened. So I think I was able to answer your question that what went wrong. It was basically my mistake for not making the payment earlier. And if you are not making the payment, they do try to automatically do it for the I think 3 to 4 times. But yeah, always take care of your technical tools, man. The way it is acting, I'll make it 2 if it allows me, because I think it seems like it is trading much lower. I am moving my stop break even now though. Got this BC, CB, sorry, on ES. Looks like it is inverting it. I will study this wick right now. I'll close this and I'll study this wick to see if it stops at the consequent encroachment. All the wicks are supposed to be treated as gaps. Yeah, man. Thank you. Also be careful yourself as well. This shit can happen to anyone, man. The only reason I believe is the fact that you do it all by yourself and there is no proper accountability or supervision. That is why trading is so really difficult. I'm going to make it further lower. Don't want to lose on those all of these profits. Could not really trade to the yesterday's opening range high. Let's see if we have got it annotated properly or not. Yep, I came there. It's okay. Did you watch the England versus India test series? All right, respects the high here of the gap. Now we've got this small busy on both. Let's see how it reacts there and also in this CB. So that is why I decreased my, order here, because I think it seems like it is going to continue much lower because the way it was retracing back into this after trading here. This is also taught by ICT in one of his mentorship. I don't really remember which one. That if the price is retracing just before, reaching to the terminus, that is classic price action. You do not have to worry about it or anything. It's just mean that they are booking in more shorts to maybe ride it much lower. So I booked 60% of my position here, and I'm going to ride 40%. I'm riding 20% until the 0.75 of the opening range, and then I'll take this as a terminus, or maybe leave it as a runner. Yeah, man, India won. It was a crazy match, bro. You should watch it like if you are into cricket. I love that match. Like the way they turned it around on the last day. Crazy, man. They just had 36 runs to defend, and England had, I think, 5 wickets or 4 wickets, if I'm not wrong, and they collapsed. Yeah. How beautifully it tested the upper quadrant here, if you see. The high came at 291.5, just missed it by a tick. Bro, so cricket is really close to me because um, due to personal reasons, I could not really pursue it. And the fact that I could not pursue cricket professionally really, makes me stick to trading, because after cricket, I would say this is the other thing that I love, and I'm not going to, quit this, no matter how hard it is, no matter how long it is going to take. I'm going to stick with it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And yeah, but man, it's really important to have things outside of trading, I would say, because I have been doing this full time for the last 5 months, since April, 4 months. So I would say it is so important to have things outside your trading. Otherwise, what you will end up doing is sitting on the charts and working more hours than your usual job. It's not really worth it. This is not why we started trading, right? So, enjoy your life. Don't push it too hard on yourself, and everything is going to, you know, fall at the right time. It's really difficult, man. Like trading can really depress you or make you suicidal. Um, I have been through those phases. So always take care of yourself. Do not go too hard if you are not doing too well. Keep taking breaks. That is really important as well. So, yep, those are some life lessons. ES is currently trading at the new week opening gap, which wasn't really a gap. It's just a price print from 21st of July till 25th of July. So I think it's last week's new week opening gap, if I'm not wrong. Do you journal, bro? Like I've been journaling since the past 3 years, I would say now. But the only problem I have with myself is not really, reviewing my journals, because if I'm not really reviewing my journals, it's never going to, make the impact it is supposed to make. I always review my trade sessions, because these are always recorded and also available on YouTube under my live sessions playlist. So I do go through these session once I'm done with it. But I hardly review my journals, which is one of the, I would say, my weaknesses, which I really need to work out on, because that will show me, if I start reading my journal from 3 years back, that how far I have come into this, and how good I'm reading the price now. So we are at 10:37. Uh, uh, I'll just close off my trade here if it allows me completely. Um, because I think they should go to create the equal highs now. Oh, okay, that's nice. So do you review it? Like, what did you journal last week? Will you be reviewing it this week? Or what you did this week, will you be reviewing it over the weekend? Alrighto, about to be filled here. Thank you very much. Alrighto, so up $800 here. I need, I had to close this because um I've already got $800 on my take profit traders evaluation, and 800 on the FundedNext. So what I'm going to do is just wait here. Mm, that's nice, man. That's nice. You're going to be seeing immense improvement in your trading then. And also, always practice good self-talk, positive self-talk. That has really, worked immensely for me, man. Like whenever I, boost myself and give myself the confidence that is required in this field, I would say, it really works well. Really, really works well. So about to deliver the 0.75 of yesterday's opening range, which was my partial, and this is my terminus. Mm, I don't think I'm going to be taking any trade now. I think I'm done for the day. But what I think it's going to do is going to create and engineer some sort of equal highs, and then is going to make a run on them around 11:30, or maybe in the first hour of the lunch hour. New week opening gap. Are you talking about this week's new week opening gap, or the one here? Yesterday's price action was really shit. Like absolute shit, man. Did you trade yesterday? What were your results yesterday? I literally hated yesterday, man. Like, all right, my partial would have been served to me here. Let's see, is it going to deliver the consequent encroachment? Can even go and fill in this Monday's opening range gap. As you know that I am actually targeting this weekly BC for this week. So yeah, I don't know why it is showing the drawing here. Shouldn't be doing that. Yep. So that is my drawn liquidity for this week. So bearish, that's why. So Rashik, were you expecting the reversal from this new week opening gap or from which new week opening gap? Because I would say if you were in a short, I would say just book your targets and profit because of the fact that we are entering the lunch macro 10:50 to 11:10, and what it usually does in that is reverses whatever it has done in the morning. And that is highly probable. That doesn't mean that it cannot, keep dropping lower and lower. It can easily, but it's always safe to stick with the time profile. So always time then price, time then price, time then price. So that's why as we are entering the time where we can expect some kind of retracement, we'll stay offside and see if the market wants to test that. If it does, then we can think of participating. So yesterday's opening range consequent encroachment is delivered on ES and NQ both. That was my terminus. Just beautiful. So 352 around 170 to 180 points were, you know, read properly. Wasn't able to capture it just because I wanted to make up to the consistency of my take profit traders evaluation. I've still got a lot to make on the FundedNext because it's a rapid challenge. I'm 800 up, so I need to be making around 2200 more to pass these evaluations. So yep, that is the update right now. Yeah, 4 minutes away from macro. So if I had waited for this volume imbalance to be filled completely, I would have never got in a short. It gave this and then traded in the same minute to the consequent encroachment and was never able to take that high. If we read this, upper half was used. So it was brave of me to enter this here. Working lower lows on both seems to be good. It is always important to be knowing what is enough for you and being satisfied with it. I would recommend you a book, Rashik, if you are still there. It's a really small book and it will really help you change your perspective towards money and different things. So yeah, the book's name is Psychology of Money. Um, it's a really small book and really nice one. The main concept there is one of the concept it teaches is knowing what is enough and how that is the most best resource a person can have, that knowing what is enough for him and being satisfied with it. um, Being a day trader, and especially a scalper, I think it is really, really important because I'm pretty sure you must have been through days where you were, you know, up a significant amount and then you ended up giving all of that back to the market and maybe blowing your accounts. I've been there a lot of times. So that is why I know it really well. So reading books and spending time in yourself, whether be it, your physique, your nutrition, or your knowledge, is the best thing that you can do as a trader. So currently finding some sort of support on NQ. We are inside macro as well, trading inside this CB. Let's see if they want to invert it bullishly to create some equal highs for the lunch hour, or just want to continue lower from here. And I also saw your messages over Twitter asking about the specification of the core plan. So core plan does not really require any buffer for the payout. It's just 5 winning days, that will be $100 day, and then you can request your payout. But the main thing is that after your first payout, your drawdown limit will be static to 50,100. So, for example, if you made, and the minimum withdrawal is 250 while the maximum is 1000 until the first 30 winning days. So, if, for example, you made $1,000 on your sim funded and your balance is 51,000 and you end up taking out $500 from that account. So now the balance is 50,500 and your drawdown is 50.1. So you have only got $400 of drawdown. So it's always smart to have some sort of buffer. Yeah. All right. That's nice. With FundedNext, it's $1,500 maximum payout with your 50K account. And um, they also do not need any buffer as far as I know. And what's special about that is does not really need 5 days, so they just need a consistency rule to be followed, which is 40% of your profit. So you can actually trigger a payout there much earlier with MFFU, and then they also allow you more accounts than MFFU. So they allow you total of 300k capital on the funded accounts, which you can play with. So if you're going with the 50k size, that is going to be 6 accounts, and if you're going with 25k, that is going to be 12 accounts. So gives you a bigger, you know, size to manage, and also bigger payouts once successful. So as mentioned, that SIBI is being inverted bullishly right now, retesting the 0.5 of the yesterday's opening range. Looks like it is going to create the highs that I was talking about. I'm just going to watch this macro until 11:10, and then I'm going to call it off here. I'm not going to take any more trades. I'm happy with what I've got for the day. Yeah. If you guys have got any questions or any queries about anything, let me know. Just drop it in the comment section or maybe in the chat if you are still available there. All right, yeah. Let them engineer some kind of, buy side liquidity. But bro, in that model, what I've noticed is do not strangle your trade with a tighter stop loss. This always happens with me. So I will get participated here when it is actually engineering the highs, and do not take my targets there. Then it drops lower, does not take this low, and continues going higher for the highs that it just created. So what I end up doing is getting break even stopped out here, but I always end up entering again by using a wider stop. So do not leverage and use a wider stop, because I believe now you are playing on your funded accounts. So try exercising all the professional traits that you can in your trading. So good reaction. It was mentioned before in the stream that it can use this SIBI after using the first presented fair value gaps consequent encroachment here. So good read, I would say. This could have been targeted till here. Easy lowest hanging fruit objective. 23192 after going long at 165, so around 27 points, that is plus $500 on one contract. I really like trading this time, like after 10:30 it gets really obvious. like what the market is doing. Unlike days like yesterday, obviously, but it was highly expected because it was a no news Monday, and it just kept on continuing grinding higher and higher after doing stupid retracements. So yeah, wasn't really worth it yesterday's price action. Still 10 points away from my long target here on NQ. I would have just used this week's consequent encroachment as my stop this week's here. Going down here, targeting this, and then taking my stop just here. So 1.37 hour trade, not bad. Referring the consequent encroachment here again. Also would like to study this wick and this. Okay, not that convincing, but let's see. Alright, maybe these can be the highs to target later on if it drops lower and stops us out here. Good reaction of the top of the wick. Alright, here we go. Targets would have been filled, and just a little drawdown after having this. So it literally took, I would have entered on this candle 10:53 and took 9 minutes to fill this. We had around 3 minutes, 4 minutes of drawdown, and 5 minutes of being in profit. Lowest hanging fruit objective, bread and butter setup, to be honest. I'll be here until next 7 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know in the chat. Do subscribe the channel and like this video if you have learned anything. I go live every day at 9:30 a.m. reading the market as per ICT concepts, and also sharing some discounts over with some firms which will be getting better soon, much better. It's okay, brother. Part of the process. Do not, you know, push too much of influence. It's repeating every day, every session. So, all good. You have lost nothing. You have only gained experience that it does work out. You see? Whenever these things are not filled throughout the day, like yesterday's opening range and yesterday's opening range gap, also the Friday's opening range gap that we had marked out yesterday, which is what it ran towards, and filled all that inefficiency, you need to draw that and carry it forward to your analysis, like whatever key point of interest that were not filled. It's really important. You see, it did the same thing. It went for that throughout the morning session. I've also started adding timestamps on my live streams, so that people can, you know, review my trades accordingly. Do not have to go through the whole 3 hours or 4 hours of, live stream. I still need to do yesterday's, but yeah, that is some addition in the content. Yeah, 3 minutes in the macro left. Also, yesterday's first presented fair value gap wasn't filled as well, as you can see. It has ran around 80 points from the first presented fair value gap. He is finding some support from 0.75 of yesterday's opening range. Alright, last minute of macro trading inside this BC. Will it be continuing the run higher, or will it use it as bearish inversion this time? Referring 0.5 of yesterday's opening range on NQ. Looks weak. Alright, macro has finished. Let's see if ES wants to use it as bearish or bullish. I think these are the equal highs that are supposed to be taken in lunch hour. It might go there and continue some sort of sideways price action until 11:30, and maybe then run the highs, or maybe even continue a little more lower. Let's see. Okay guys, I'll call it a day here. Thankfully made enough, and I would really like to thank all of you for supporting me as a new channel here and coming here regularly to watch the live stream. I really appreciate it. Really encourages me, and I wish you all the very best for the rest of the day. Stay safe, take care, and good trading.